Hey folks, welcome back. Tonight we're playing Myth the Wind Age. Let's get started. Okay, so Veron's is working on making a new character who's going to be Casper the Ranger, who is her apprentice that she's recruited from the portal to the abyss that the party has opened in this underground temple. Speaking of which, the party is hidden away in an ancient underground temple beneath Cloud Spine, and they are waiting for the approach of Moagim, the Faceless Terror. In Veranza, you spent some time. So you guys had found here that there was the site where Moagim performs his ritual using human sacrifice to renew the power of the Rod of Kaliach, which makes him invincible. And he has to do this ritual every couple weeks. So you spent some time tampering with his ritual materials after you guys killed all the Myrkridia that were guarding it. And hopefully that will sabotage the ritual and make it explode in his face. So you guys have that going for you, assuming that works the way you intended it to, which you won't find out until he actually tries to do the ritual. The rest of the party, actually everybody, including Veranza, there is a move that is called...
Break it down. Oh, sorry.
There's a move that's called Bolster. When you spend your leisure time in study, meditation, or hard practice, you gain preparation. If you prepare for a week or two, 1 preparation. So I'm giving everybody for this session 1 preparation. So at any time during the session, once just for the session, any of you guys can say, I prepared XYZ ahead of time. And if it makes any remote kind of sense, then we'll roll with it, and you get a +1 to whatever roll you're making for it. So, Veranza, so you could use that.
Like it's like a refresh. Like hey, by the way, I was thinking that I meditated and I prepared this, but I didn't think about it until what you just said.
Right, exactly. And it can be, it's think of it like a heist where you're. They're narrating, the heroes coming in and they're starting the action and they're breaking into the casino, but then they're doing flashbacks where they okay, I sabotage this camera ahead of time. That's kind of what it is. So, if you at some point you say, okay, well, we've got, a false whatever hidden behind this wall, you spend your 1 preparation and then you roll and then you get a +1 on your roll.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, so just remember, so each of you guys gets 1 of those for the session. So Veranza, you could, if you wanted to, use it on the roll for the ritual, or you could use it on something else. It's up to you. Okay, does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
All right, cool. Next question. I think you guys have 2 basic approaches that you can take, and you can come up with more elaborate stuff if you want to. But I think they're gonna your plans are generally going to fall into one of 2 categories. One category is you're ambushing Moagim and trying to kill him, from hiding. And the other is you're maybe hiding out somewhere or trying to avoid him until he tries to do the ritual and it fails, and then you ambush him. So which plan are you guys leaning towards? Or do you have a different idea?
Well, I know which plan Ichabod is leaning towards.
Run away, bitch!
Yeah, I mean, it is
halfway gone.
It is also an option. You can just leave before he gets here and hope that the ritual fails the way that you intended. Yeah.
I don't think we can leave it to chance.
Oh, boss.
Sure we can.
No. I think at least 2 of us are like, yes, this is something that I want to test my mettle against.
Okay, so the real question is, do you want to have him? You want to wait until he does the ritual before you spring your ambush, ideally, or do you want to try to spring the ambush as soon as he gets in a good tactical position?
I think we should wait until after it potentially explodes to give us a little bit more of a surprise, and maybe he'll get injured and it'll help us out.
Okay, how does everybody else feel? Agree, disagree?
I'm just here for the popcorn.
He's always been a tough ass motherfucker. So I guess we're finally trying to kill him.
Yeah. So you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. So the character in me is going.
You guys figure out how to break his barrier?
Well, that's what this site is about, sort of. Yeah. So what's happening here? You guys are in this ancient underground temple. this temple is where he conducts the ritual that's needed to renew the barrier. So every couple weeks he has to come back to this temple and do a ritual.
Gotcha.
Yeah, okay.
I'm pulling a Conan. It's like a perfect Conan. Do you remember when he gets in the temple?
So here's the good thing, that they don't talk about, is that it's the only time he can take a crap.
He's undead. He's got no need for that.
No, but that's
Except for today. This is the only day. This is the one.
We're gonna make
undead
him
crap
shit his
he has to
pants
take.
today.
He's gonna take his one undead crap, and then he's gonna die forever.
Okay, so it sounds like we're waiting for the ritual to go off. Is that right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I just forgot what I need to. We're waiting. We set up the ritual so that when he goes to do something in the ritual, it causes like a flashbang, and it it fills the area with smoke.
Right. You messed with his like sacred herbs that they use for the ritual
Correct.
materials.
So, and then we put but that was already done. That isn't my. That's what we talked about prior.
Yep.
That's not my new one going, hey, by the way, no, we
But
discussed this.
So right, so we haven't rolled for that yet. So like I said, you
No.
can spend when you go to roll for that, you can spend your +1 preparation for the session on that, or you can save it and do another thing. It's up to you.
Okay, no, that right now I'm just waiting for his ass to get there so that we can stun him and stab him.
Okay. So we got that decided. It sounds like. Next question: is anyone hiding outside the temple to watch for Mogim's approach, or is everybody hiding within or within the vicinity of the temple?
I kind of would like to be like in that vent that
Okay.
I went looking through, and just like hide in there so that I could attack from a different angle and kind of, above and have kind of an upper hand.
I'm blending in with my surroundings because as a druid, well, my ghost is just ghosty. And I'm basically, as a druid, I can blend in.
Okay.
Like, have a person on top of me.
Okay. So
Dead
are
body on top of me.
you blending in? So remember, you guys are in an underground like cave tunnel complex, right? So are you hanging out down here in the tunnels waiting for him to show up, or are you going to stick your head out and like watch along the mountain to see if he's coming, or what?
Oh, I was going to be in the ritual room when it happens.
Okay.
I'm in there. It's like I'm the one that, like, I'm shielded. I'm covered by a dead body. He won't know that I'm here, kind of thing.
Okay. Okay. So it sounds like nobody's scouting. Then is that correct?
No, I am. I'm not
Okay.
a scout, but I'm doing it using magic. I'm gonna use Lore of Flame.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Nice.
I'm
Go ahead and roll your.
gonna set a tiny fire, and I'm gonna use that to create a flaming eye that watches for a moment.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So where are you setting the actual fire?
Oh, by me, like.
Yeah, but where are you in this? Are you in the main hall of the temple? Are you hidden behind a statue in some side chamber? What?
I'm probably hidden in a side chamber somewhere.
Okay.
Quiet that I can light a tiny match and try to like commune with it and try to maybe get some scouting information.
Okay, we'll figure out exactly where that's located later if it becomes important.
I already rolled it. It sucks, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Okay, on the hit, GM will tell you something new and interesting about the current situation. On a 10+, GM will give you good detail. A 7-9, GM will give you an impression. Okay, so I am going to give you a detail. So you summon the Lore of Flame. As you're summoning it, though, you start to hear tremors through the ground. First signs of Mogim's approach are tremors traveling through the ground, deep rhythmic vibrations like footsteps, sending fine bits of mineral dust sprinkling down from the cavern ceilings. You even as you're doing this ritual, you see them coming, but you also hear them because they're on top of you by the time you begin this Lore of Flame. Or not on top of you, they're not at the temple, but they're entering the cavern complex. You start to hear them hooting and crying, and through your Lore of Flame, you can see a pack of Myrkridia that's like flooding down into the cavern, and they're all kind of like, they're not really moving with a particular, like they're not charging, they're not running wildly and, you know, like hunting for something, but they're kind of, they're moving sort of quickly in a mob, and they're sort of just like checking out all the different side caverns and looking around and like kind of scrounging around, pawing at stuff to see if anything, you know, comes shaking out of it. You know, kind of like, think like cats exploring a new territory. And you see them through the flame, you see them like kind of shouting at each other and wrestling and fighting and so forth, you know, just generally making a ruckus as they come down here. What do you do? And you also see Moagim, you know, just before the ritual ends, you see the visage of Moagim as he steps down into the tunnels. You know, I'll show you what he looks like.
You fools!
Actually,
I tell everybody.
Yeah.
I tell everybody, you know,
Right.
about what I saw.
And I put a pog for him on the board here.
They're coming in, and they're dumb. They're coming in, and they seem really stupid.
So this is Moagim, the Faceless Terror. He's got this kind of crazy barbarian armor aesthetic going on, and he's wearing a huge
it's the guy that
helmet.
wears the skull, and we think it's a moose, so it's more of a chimera.
Yeah.
We've had many adventures with that Dark Lord.
Yeah, so
No,
the only
see a face.
this picture is slightly inaccurate because he doesn't have that sword that he's holding in the picture, because Jack has that sword. He is, however, holding a sword. It's not Balbong, no.
It's not?
No, it's
No,
another sword that Jack is just like carrying around in his pack. He's got this huge, big ass, like two-handed broadsword that was wielded by the fallen Lord Moagim.
Guy. Isn't that the guy who's coming?
Yeah.
Can't wait to kick his ass with his own sword.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so all that's happening, and you guys are feeling these tremors through the ground. You realize as you're watching Dram, the tremors are not coming from Moagim. They're coming from the two Trow Iron Giants that follow in his footsteps. And you see them kind of like ducking to lumber down into the cavern. There's these massive, you know, I don't know, 15-foot, let's say, tall figures in this hulking dark metal armor. Let me see if I have pictures of them too. Let's see. Yeah, so you guys should see that now.
Mortal enemies.
Yes, yeah, you know them and hate them.
There is a times 10,000 size modifier.
All right.
Between your two races.
Yeah. Doesn't mean I can't still stab him in a tender part.
Okay, so the Myrkridia are kind of hunting all around, and you guys are hiding, trying to avoid them. So a little bit more scene setting here. So you guys are all kind of hiding. Hilarious, you're in the vents. You guys have all found hiding places inside the temple or outside the temple. Because there are like surrounding caves and stuff like that that you could conceivably hide in. Yeah, so Varanza's in the temple. What about everybody else? And Polaris, you said you're in the temple too. Dram, you said they're in the temple. That leaves Shaq and Ichabod. Where are you guys hiding?
I am hiding outside the temple because it is probably haunted.
Look at him here, 2 steps.
I'll go out with him and comfort him.
Okay.
You be brave.
Okay. I think for this, Fadeleem is going to hang out with you, Dram, and kind of guard your alcove in case somebody tries to come in at you while you're doing your ritual. And then let's see. Finex, the dragon, is inside his seal right now. Ichabod in your arm. But you see that the Ichabod, the both seals on your arms light up as this horde of creatures of the dark starts to approach. As they're sensing this evil presence drawing near, and they're both ready to fight.
Great, they're arguing.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
You go first because your ass is just too big for me to fit alongside you.
Okay, so Jack is with Ichabod. You guys are hiding outside. Okay, so Ichabod and Jack, I think you guys are going to have to make the first stealth checks if you want to avoid the Myrkridian notice, because that is the plan, right? So it can be defy danger decks for both you guys.
Until they enter into this place. Then
Right.
we can reveal ourselves. All right, where the hell's my character?
Here.
Rufus. Jack.
Well,
Like Dex, basically.
Yeah, so you could also use wisdom if you wanted to, because you could use camouflage and, kind of prepare a hiding place for yourselves. Don't forget you also have the +1 preparation if you want to use it.
Yeah, it's
You should-
11.
Okay, you should decide to use the preparation before you roll, just to be clear.
I didn't have it, so
That's fine. Okay, and Ichabod, what about you?
I am currently hiding in every bush possible.
Okay, so you can use so there's not bushes because it's underground, but you can find, like fungus and whatever to hide in. Or, like crystal formations. Do you want to roll defy danger dex? Do you want to use a preparation, or how do you want to handle this?
Defy danger, Dex probably works.
Okay, go for it. Okay. Stumble, hesitate, or flinch. GM will offer you a worse outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice. Okay. Let's see. So you know where Jack's hiding. I'm gonna say to have the best chance of avoid detection, you guys are gonna have to hide in separate spots, because there's not, like, Jack's found a good place to hunker down, but there's not really any cover that's big enough to conceal both of you from a bunch of crazy roving creatures like the Myrkridia. So if you both want to hide successfully, I'm going to make you split up. You want to split up, or do you want to risk being spotted by the Myrkridia?
How badly do we want to stay together?
I don't care. I can get to you.
Ichabod is already running away then.
Okay.
Dear Lord.
Okay, so you're hiding in a more distant cavern.
Which country was he in again? I think he just skipped.
What's that?
Oh, how far apart we were.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so you guys successfully, so you hear the Myrkridia approaching, and like I said, they're fighting and hunting around, and Jack, you see as they start to come through past your hiding place. I'm going to say you're hiding sort of outside. Remember, there's sort of like a plaza outside the temple where you guys fought the...
Sounds good.
What's that?
Sounds good.
Sorry, I was talking to myself.
So you guys remember there was like a plaza outside the temple where there was that pool and the statue and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to say, Jack, you're hiding out kind of on the outskirts of that plaza in the surrounding rock formations. And the Myrkridia kind of come tearing through at a somewhat leisurely pace, but they're just sort of naturally quick. So they come tearing through, kind of messing up the place, scratching, like making scratch marks on some of the, like, the garden planters and so forth, to kind of like show, hey, I've passed here recently, that kind of thing. And they get into the temple. Now, inside the temple, there's a mist that's grown up.
See the,
What's up?
did I see the giants go by?
They haven't come by yet. They are, but you can see them further down the corridor. So Mo Game's walking.
Early to act.
Yeah, so he's kind of stomping through, like, flanked by these two giants. And you've definitely got to a position where the Myrkridia are going to pass you by. Inside the temple, there's a mist that's grown up all throughout the interior of the structure. There's this hiss of steam that's coming from the east wing, from the place in the corridor where the ocean torrent coming from the water rune is flooding endlessly into the black portal to the abyss. So there's this big conflagration of steam that's like, that's just hissing out of this area, and it's kind of like it's not all like hot damaging steam like when you guys got exposed to when you first opened the portal, but there's like a mist that's grown up all through the temple at this point because it's so humid. And it kind of the sound of the steam also kind of muffles your hearing a little bit. So the Myrkridia,
It's just like, okay, the vampires are coming, so we got to set the scene up for the vampires to go, whoa.
exactly, yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So the Myrkridia flood in, and they start sniffing around the plaza. And Jack, you see that they notice the place where the two invisible oozes were destroyed. They're kind of like sniffing around that area. They notice the scent is different, and they're just looking at it. Like they don't really. They kind of. You see them look to each other, and they kind of move their mouths. You don't hear anything from them, but you think that they're talking to each other. They speak below the normal range of human hearing. So you see them gesturing like they're talking, but you can't hear anything from them. They sort of they start kind of milling around this plaza, all searching around. And there's one particular like sort of bigger, meaner looking one, the one that has the most skulls on his belt out of all of them, starts gesturing, and he kind of like hoots. And 6 of them head off into the central part of the temple here. And they start to scatter and look around, and then he hoots again, and then there's another 6 of them, and so they're kind of like splitting off, going into groups all down these different corridors. And Moagim stops in the plaza beside the big one, and he says, "What is it?" And the Myrkridia says in kind of broken common, "Something here. Strange." And Moagim says, "Very well. Search the temple. Let me know what you find." And so they're kind of just hanging out in the plaza, waiting while the Myrkridia look around. Who's the next? Let's see. Hilarious. I'm not even going to make you roll because you're in an air duct. Veranza, you're hiding in the ritual room. Dram, I think you're going to be the next person they encounter. So, Dram, roll me Defy Danger Dexterity if you want to be hidden in your alcove there for the Myrkridia.
Oh God, let me start.
As a ranger, I need dexterity, wisdom, and constitution, right?
That sounds like it's probably right.
Yeah.
And it also depends on what your play style is. If you want to, go into melee and stuff, you could also get strength.
Oh, no. Hello, sir. Welcome to today. No, abso-fucking-lutely not. No. I don't trust you up there anymore. Oh, you fucking piece of shit. Okay.
She's talking to her animal companion.
I'm talking to my
All right.
cat. I'm sorry.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
He has decided that jumping on top of my computer
Dram just
tower
did about
is
the
a good
similar
thing
same
to
thing.
do.
Yeah, don't do that. That's rude. Okay,
And
so
he turns off my computer all the time.
that's super rude. Okay, so
I'm done with my character. Okay.
nice. Okay. All right, we'll flip back to that. Well, actually, let's talk about that first. We'll leave Dram hanging here for a minute. Tell us about your new apprentice.
Okay. So, for those of you that were not here or did not stay after the last session, we have decided to open up another portal to hell. Or a hole to hell that was making the water go in. What happened is that there was a spirit of someone that was in hell that was dragged down there, even though that they were not a part of what had happened. So they had climbed out, and as a druid, since I would commune with the spirits, he reached out to me. I saw who he was, and he goes, "I need to avenge and take revenge for those who have brought me to this place. May I join you as your companion?" I went, "Okay, what is your name?" And as per the lovely people here, I have chose his name as Casper.
Casper the Ranger Ghost.
Yes.
So how did Casper wind up in the underworld? Let's hear about that.
When the Dark Lords attempted to start overrunning everything that was there, his clan had turned and decided to work with the Dark Lords instead of trying to defeat them. And he was completely against it. But what they did is they basically threatened him and his family that said, if you don't do this, we will kill your family. He refused to fight in the war or fight. However, in one battle, he was killed and everything like that. Like the whole clan was wiped out. And they all went to hell because they were working for the Dark Lords. And that's why he came up.
Nice. Okay.
And then I am going to paste his beautiful animal companion in the chat.
Alrighty. Narga. Of course. Narga the ghost cat.
Yes, ferocity, cunning of 2. He doesn't have armor, but he has instinct, quick reflexes, keen senses. He's a scout, but he's stubborn.
Very cool. Okay, and where's Casper in this whole business? Is he also hanging out in the ritual chamber with you?
He won't leave my side because he knows that I will be his only freedom. But because he and the ghostly Narga, sir, are you ready for your D&D debut? I guess not. Yes. So, and then one of the things that that always happened is that he knew that he was different from his clan when it was always known as in things that black cats are evil and everything like that. But once this black cat was around him, it like brought luck to his family. And the cat followed him when he was forced to go to try to protect him. And he ended up dying as well. And then that's why they're together and they're trying to get back home to their family.
Oh. All right, very good. Okay, let's get back to let's get back to poor Dram. So Dram,
go Dram.
The Myrkridia come pouring into the chamber. So let's figure out at this point where the chamber is. Do you know the general layout of the temple? Or do you want me to run it over real quick?
Up to you, man. You can. I don't know. Do I need the layout to?
Okay. Yeah, so I just kind of generally know what part of the temple you're in. So the east wing is like where the portal to hell is over on the far east side here, and then to the north from the east wing is where the ritual chamber is, and then to the west is like the bathhouse, which is kind of like a dead area. There's not much going on there, and then there's stairs that go up to higher floors where there's like living quarters and kitchens and stuff like that. And there's also like meeting chambers and like a grand hall where they have, kind of formal gatherings, that kind of thing. So I think maybe the grand hall makes sense as a place where you would be hiding out. What do you think?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, so you're upstairs. So the Myrkridia actually, by the time they get to you, they're actually exploring up and down the stairs. And hilarious, you hear them, kind of scurrying throughout the building, sniffing around as you're in the air ducts. And I'm imagining, you're sort of keeping an eye on them and their progress. And you're looking over them and you see that they are approaching the grand hall where Dram has hidden out. And Dram, you hear them coming down the corridor, kind of scratching and sniffing around. What do you do? They kind of caught you in the middle of this lower flame ritual. You've got this this little fire that you've set kind of on the stone floor in the middle of the hall.
I eat the fire.
What's that?
I try to disappear. I suck in the fire and I try to disappear.
Okay. That sounds like a Zuko style. Okay. So you're becoming flame. Is that the general idea? Or are you trying to make the fire disappear?
I put out the flame by sucking it in like real quick, but then I like hide.
Got it. Okay.
Or maybe I like make some black smoke, like a little bit of black smoke that just kind of hides my presence. Or I'm just trying to hide.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. All right. So you kind of imagine you kind of like run to a corner of the room where you've got like some kind of shelter set up. But the Myrkridia, they notice that there's like been fire in this room. They could smell the smoke around, and so they're spending a little bit of extra time searching this room. And you can see that what's his face? Phaedlim, he's like hidden behind this big kind of frayed, worn out, moth-eaten tapestry that he's draped weirdly over some of the furniture in the hall that's been shoved off into a corner. And the Myrkridia move past him through the hall, and they're sniffing towards your hiding place. There's 5 of them. And you're sort of very carefully watching, like with one eye around a stone column as the Myrkridia are coming towards you, trying to stay very still. And you got your little bit of smoke hiding your position, but they've definitely figured out kind of where you're at. And you see as they're approaching you that Phaedlim steps out behind them into blocking the doorway, and he runs one of them through with his long sword, and it kind of and starts to like fall over and topple onto the floor, and the others all turn and go to rush at him, howling. What do you do?
You did say that I could be in the vents watching. Right?
Yes. Yeah, you can also pop in if you want to.
Okay, yes, I'm totally going to charge to try to save such a brave person.
Okay, go for it.
That is to help anybody who comes behind me. And then be hack and slash.
Ooh, okay.
Son of a bitch.
You come charging out. You're kind of looking out through a narrow opening in the air duct. You come charging out, swinging at the ones that are the ones that are like going after Phaedlim in the doorway. And unfortunately for you, there was a 6-1 in the hallway that sees you come out of the vent and reaches up and grabs you and like grabs hold of you. What do you do?
I try to bite his hand.
Okay, go for it. That's a hack and slash.
The hack and slash?
Or you can make a strength, divide into strength if you want to get free instead of doing damage. You want to do damage or you want to get free?
I'm biting him in the hopes that he'll let me go.
Okay, so we won't do the damage then. So you bite him, he lets you go. And I'm gonna say you kind of slash at him in the arm, just like glancingly with your halberd. And he steps back and kind of shrieks loudly. Dran, what are you doing?
Can I spread my hide smoke to help out, to like create to obscure?
Yeah, so what are you trying to obscure? Give me like a picture of like
I'm trying to help. Am I anywhere near?
Yeah, so you're in the room with these 2 guys now that are fighting in melee with the Myrkridia. I'm gonna say you're like 10 feet away from the melee.
All right, no. So then, if that's the case, I'm gonna attack.
Okay.
Fireball with him.
Okay, go for it. I'm gonna say you can get 3 of them without hitting one of your comrades, unless you want to do something creative, crazy, and elaborate. So go ahead and do your Zuko style. Nice. Okay, deal your damage. Okay, 5 damage. Let me pull up their stats.
No.
I think that kills 3 of them. Give me 1 second. Yes, in fact it does. So you blast 3 of them, disintegrating them instantly, leaving you guys with 2 of them left to fight and try to silence before the rest of them come screeching in here. One of them, they kind of see that they're suddenly outnumbered, but Fadleem's in between them and the door, so both of them are charging Fadleem. Alaris, what do you do?
Move, bitch. Get up.
I scream at the one that grabbed me. I am going to kill you in order to use this.
Speak aloud, your
You're
promise.
leaving-
Bad touch.
You're not leaving here
No!
alive.
I'll
No.
deal 2d4 damage against an enemy and -4 against anyone else. Okay, so you're...
And I'm gonna stab it.
Nice, go for it.
Stabby,
Oh my
stabby.
god.
Oh god, okay, so you go to stab at it. I'm just going to say you miss, because that makes the most sense to me in this circumstance, and one of them slips past Fadleem and gets out into the hallway. Fadleem slashes at it. He manages to get a cut along its leg, so it's hobbled, but it's still getting away at this point.
Experience point.
Yeah, don't forget your experience points when you fail a roll,
Yeah,
guys.
got him.
Good, thanks
Got
for the
him.
reminder. And then, Drum, what are you doing? You got 2 of them left.
Can I keep fighting?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fireball after fireball.
Okay, go for it. Okay, short-lived effect, so I'm gonna say you can get one of them, but not both in this blast. Go ahead and deal your damage. And that kills one of them. Do you want to kill the one that's out in the hall, or do you want to kill the one that's in the room with you?
I will tell you.
Okay.
I just had Narga try to attack a spider, and he looked at it and went, "Oh, you're cute," and walked away. I was like,
Okay.
"That's not your job, sir."
All right. Hilarious. You've got one left, limping away from you, trying to get away from you, and he's kind of like swiping at you with his claws, trying to keep you away. As imagine you're chasing him. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. I definitely fly after him, and I'm like, "Oh no, you're not getting away." And I'm going to attempt to stab him again.
Go for it.
Fine.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your d6 plus, or your class damage plus 2d4.
Okay.
All right, and you easily slay him. You now have another collection of dead Myrkridia around. Hilarious, you hear they did manage to like howl a couple times. You hear answering howls from the bottom of the staircase down the hall. What do you do?
Can the other 2 fit in the vent?
Um,
Did say it was big enough if they could crawl.
yeah, okay, yeah. So
right.
yeah, they can crawl in there with some difficulty.
I'm going to suggest to them that we go through the vents.
Okay. Fadleem starts climbing up there. Actually, he's like, Dram, I'll give you a hand here. He helps Dram up into the vent. Dram, you crawl into the vent?
Oh hell yeah!
Okay,
I slide
okay.
into it.
So
like it's lubricated.
Okay, so yeah. So Dram, you slide up there. Hilarious, you get up there easily. Fadleem gets up there. He kind of has to push his. Actually, he's like, "Can you take this?" He hands you his shield.
Like try to pick him up by the back, like I did in the water, and just try to lift him up to the vent.
Okay, yeah. So he doesn't have a problem getting up there. The problem is that he like with his armor on, his chainmail on, he's kind of going like scrape as he like crawls through the ventilation shaft. And he asks you to hold his shield if you don't mind, because it's hard for him to. Oh, you're right. I forgot about that. Sorry. Thank you for reminding me. I'm just looking at his little icon there, and he's got the shield in his icon, but you're right, he doesn't have it anymore. So, but his chainmail is going scrape, 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 but as he's crawling through the vent, and he's not happy about it. But you guys are concealed for the moment. Let's see, Ichabod, you hear there's kind of a change in the tenor of the howls outside, and Jack, you hear this too. Jack, you see that there is like, you hear like a howl from somewhere in the complex. And then there's like a couple of answering howls, some of which are coming from out here in the plaza. And it's almost like they're having a conversation like, hey, what's going on? And then the Moagim strides forward and enters into the main chamber of the temple along with the big Myrkridia and most of the other guys. And they're gonna go check out the commotion. Do you do anything at this point, or are you gonna stay in hiding?
Staying in hiding.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay, so Veranza, you and Casper are the next ones who have to conceal yourselves.
Oh, that was me saying I'm staying in hiding. I thought they were coming to me.
Right, they are. Yeah, so they're the next thing. So they're gonna show up. Moagim is gonna show up in the ritual chamber because they're gonna go inspect that first. Actually, Hilarious, you think that you can hear them. You think that you can hear Moagim talking to one of the Myrkridia down in the main corridor here, but you kind of like their voices are like echoing weirdly through the ducts. You can't make out exactly what they're saying. Do you want to try to get closer or listen in somehow?
Yes, I would
Okay.
love to get closer.
Okay,
Yeah.
you can roll a discern realities if you'd like to glean something from their conversation. Okay, ask a question from the list below.
I would say what is about to happen.
Okay. So you see that Moagim has stopped because he's noticed the mist filling the temple, and he's like he's looking at there's actually two main, there's like the Myrkridia, there's the big one, and there's another one that's with him, which is one of those mages, which, Hilarious, you haven't seen it before, but it's a Myrkridia that's like dressed in robes with a staff, which is kind of strange looking considering how barbaric the rest of them look and how they're kind of running around mostly naked in loincloths. But you see there's this one Myrkridia that's dressed like a sorcerer wizard or something, and he's got this big long gnarled wooden staff that he's like walking with, and he walks up beside Moagim and confers with him, and he seems to speak a little bit better than the big guy does. And Moagim says to him and gestures down the hall to the east here at the roiling mist and steam that's rolling off of the portals, and he says, "What is this?" And the mage looks, and you can tell he's concentrating, like he's using some kind of second sight. And he says, "A portal, my liege." And Moagim says, "Close it if you can." And then he turns to the big guy and he says, "Send your host to the ritual chamber. I'll be joining you there." So what is about to happen? He's going to, the mage is going to try to close this portal to hell. And all these other, Moagim and all the Myrkridia are proceeding to the ritual chamber. Do you want to do anything at this point?
So let me ask.
Yep.
The portal to hell
Yep.
is the one we opened up to get the water out.
Correct.
Now, if they close that, is the water going to flood?
Possibly, yeah.
Well, that's one less person that we have to deal with. If that guy is trying to close the portal, then he's not going to be in the ritual room.
True.
Would anybody feel comfortable, like, once we get Moagim into the room with everybody else, and this dude is sitting there going, like, they want to, like, stab him in the throat?
Okay, with stabbing the mage or stabbing Moagim?
The mage.
stabbing the mage because
Okay.
if
Because
we
he'll
can
be
take the mage out
alone.
without Mogi knowing.
Okay, nice. All right. So they split up. We'll say, Hilarious, you're waiting for a minute for an opportune moment where they're like out of sight and out of earshot before you go after the mage. So Veranza and Casper, you now have to make your defy danger dexterities if you want to hide. Casper, being a ghost, I will let you roll, I guess, Constitution instead of dexterity if you prefer to do that. If you want to like make yourself invisible.
Fuck no, Constitution is my second best. Dexterity is my first.
Okay.
So just roll dex.
Yep. Yeah. So for
Or
both
is that
characters,
defy danger?
defy danger dex.
Okay, I don't have defy danger up for.
I think you can just click dex. It's fine.
Okay. There we go.
Okay. So Casper successfully hides. What about Veranza?
Yeah.
Casper just melds into the wall.
Ooh. Okay.
I don't get. Casper gets an experience.
How do they? I'll let you decide. How did the Myrkridia spot you? What gave it away?
It's gonna sound so stupid, but I wasn't paying attention and I was petting the ghost of Narga. And you could see like a tail movement underneath like the tapestry that I was covering myself with.
Oh goodness. Okay. So Veranza, you're alerted to their presence by the howling. And you also hear, but the Trow are also lumbering down there. By the way, the whole army is like proceeding down that point essentially, except for there's another like 2 packs that are headed up the stairs towards where the commotion was earlier. And the mage, he's got like one other Myrkridian slave with him that's just like watching his back basically. Yeah, so the rest of them, they're all piling into this ritual chamber, and as they start to flood in, one of them sees Narga's tail sticking out, and there's like silence as they all like stand still for a second. And Veranza, you get the sinking feeling because you can't see from your hiding place what's going on with them, but all of a sudden the Myrkridia that were making all this noise coming down the hallway all stop making noise. What do you do?
Yeah. Oh, I tell, since I'm the only one that can, since Casper is a ghost, and I can speak to the spirit world. That's how we communicate, right?
Okay.
So I basically tell him, I need you to shoot an arrow on the other side from where we are to get their attention over there.
Okay. That sounds like a dex for Casper.
Go faster.
There we go. Okay. An 8.
I feel like that's between a 7 and a 9, so it's like a hard
Yeah, it's the middle. It's the hard bargain. So the question is, so they, I'm gonna say that. Well, actually, let's see. You guys have a room full of dead Myrkridia in here in the ritual chamber. Unless you guys, did you drag them out or try to hide them or anything like that before they got here?
Them there because it was like that's what they wanted. Like,
okay,
there were already dead Myrkridia in there, so we decided that it wasn't necessary to take more dead Myrkridia out.
Okay, I'm gonna say, in order to fire a distracting arrow because the Myrkridia are like looking into the room, looking in your guys' general direction.
Right.
In order to create a distraction sufficient to avoid Veranza's detection, Casper is going to have to sneak out of the room and fire from a different vantage, either through the vents or through the corridor. Probably, I mean, it would have to be the vents actually because the corridor is full of Myrkridia. There's no way he's sneaking there.
He's also a ghost, and he can do that.
Yeah. So, can he walk through walls actually? it's a narrative decision. You can say yes or no.
I'm gonna say yes because nobody
Okay.
else can see him.
Okay, cool. Okay, so Casper walks through walls. Where do you want to shoot from?
Oh, because he also has this.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say with if you like, you could take the ghost racial move, perfect camouflage, which is you can keep still in any environment and enemies will never spot you, as opposed to just natural surroundings.
Okay, like I said, this was what it was
Okay.
for the ranger move in there.
Yep.
But he will actually like walk behind them, cause a distraction to make them turn, and then once they're turned, he can then shoot another arrow to the other side, so they kind of get confused about what's going on.
Okay. Okay. So where is? Give me a ping on the map where Casper is going to be. We should. Oh,
So,
let me give you a pog for Casper. Give me 1 second.
so we're in this area, right?
You're in the ritual chamber, which is up here currently.
Okay. So this is the ritual chamber.
Yeah. Okay. So that I think you should be able to control that pog. Yes.
So, and this is the door down here.
Yeah.
Okay. He's going to be here. I'm behind, like, there's a pillar, like, right there in the room. I'm hiding, like, with a bunch of Myrkridia. And I just pull like, dead Myrkridia and everything. He's going to shoot the arrow, the first one, to get them to turn around here.
Okay. So
Like, hit a
sorry. The
wall or
map
something.
it may be a little misleading. Each of these lines is a hallway, not a wall. So this is like a layout
This
of the
is a
whole.
hallway.
No. So like let me doodle. Sorry. So like
I'm
this.
sorry, I'm
So the space that he's standing in is like solid rock. So this is a hallway. This is a hallway. This is a hallway. Does that make sense?
So
Okay.
he is at the part of this hallway behind them.
Okay.
And then he will shoot one down here.
Okay.
And then as they turn their head to look what's down there, he's going to shoot one up here.
Okay. For the second shot, do you want to make a called? You want to like volley at one of them, or are you just trying to cause a distraction?
Just cause the distraction.
Okay, so you cause a distraction. So their attention is drawn toward Casper. They rush at Casper. What's Casper going to do?
How can they see Casper?
Well, I'm assuming he's visible so that he can interact with people because he's not like if you're shooting arrows, you're not going to be completely invisible to them.
Okay.
Like if you stand still and don't do anything, then they'll walk right past you because you can fade away and be missed essentially. But as soon as you start doing stuff, they're going to see you or potentially see you if you're not well hidden.
So what if I just did this one? They would still see him.
Yeah. But they would potentially see him. You could make another dexterity of your roll if you want to fire from a hidden position.
Let's do that.
Okay, go ahead and do that.
Bitches.
Okay, yes, you hide from a hidden position. You fire an arrow at the wall here. A bunch of them come scampering over. They sniff at the wall. Is the arrow permanent? Is it like a physical object or does it disappear? No. Okay.
It's there. It makes a sound when it hits something, and it's like, what the fuck was that?
Okay, so the Myrkridia have been distracted to the point where they're not like actively coming towards you, Veranza, but they're still kind of meandering in the general direction of your hiding place as they're trying to figure out what the hell's going on here. What are you going to do?
So they're still in the chamber.
Some of them are, yeah. A bunch of them came out into the hallway. They're kind of like searching in all different directions up and down here now. Okay. There's like 40 of them.
I'm going to, so for me...
Actually, I guess it would be like 30 because some of them are in other parts of the complex.
It is... Where are you? I know that there's not. Did we say that there are no living things down here? Like
Yes,
bugs
we
and
are
everything?
also not living.
I mean,
Um,
clearly.
No, I don't think. Actually, I think there were no living things when you guys got here, but over the time that you guys have been here, since you killed the choker, things have started moving back in. So there are some subterranean creepy crawlies and stuff like that that have started to
Okay.
migrate into this area now.
So basically, I'm going to speak with some of the creepy crawlies and
Skillies too, if you want.
advise them to start, like, annoying the crap out of the Myrkridia. Like, 500 ants are crawling up their legs.
Oh goodness, okay. You unleash a colony of ants on the Myrkridia. But I think that's going to be a parlay because the ants do not want to bother the Myrkridia because they're not suitable prey. What are you going to give the? How are you going to convince the ants to do that? What are you offering them?
Well, they're probably, since they're like coming back into the area, they are looking for a an energy source, so different types of foods and everything like that. So I will parlay with them and basically be like, they can use my ration, and they can use, and it's an elven bread.
Ooh, they like elven bread.
So I'm gonna give them, since I don't eat them, I'm gonna give them 2 rations of the elven bread, and then say, could you help us take care of the people that are trying to kill the world?
Okay, yeah. So the way that, interestingly, so the way that you talk to ants is through scent. So what you kind of end up doing, I would think, is like you sort of lay out a trail of elven bread where you want them to go. Go ahead and roll your parlay to see if you can convince them to attack the Myrkridia, or at least be a nuisance. Nice. Okay. So they asked for the elven
Actually, it's
bread.
a 14. I actually had a 1 on there. It's a 13.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So you put out the elven bread, and they go for the elven bread, and they start attacking. So one particular unfortunate Myrkridia who's like searching around in the room near your hiding place is suddenly like shrieking as ants are crawling on him. And the others are kind of just standing there looking at him. And you think that they're laughing at him.
That's hilarious.
Moagim.
Yeah.
What's that?
I was going to say that the next set of ants go into the other one.
Okay, yeah. So another set of ants comes and starts torturing another one, and they start like scratching at themselves, trying to get the ants off. And I'm gonna say they're like fire ants because why not? And Moagim.
That is my depths of the earth. I have flame tattoos on my arms.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Moagim storms into the ritual chamber as they're like shrieking, laughing at each other, and just beheads one of them. And the other one shrieks and like flees off into the depths of the room opposite you. And he says, "Stupid vermin," referring to the Myrkridia, not the ants. And he stomps over and goes to check on the ritual materials. Hilarious, you've got the clearest shot you're going to get at this point at the pack mage. He's got one other Myrkridian hunter watching his back, but they're not very good sentries. He's kind of just looking around at random. He's not really like standing in a defensive position or anything like that. How do you want to tackle this?
I'm gonna go straight for the main course and go directly for the mage's throat.
Okay, go for it. You want to do your charge? Is it a hack, just a straight hack and slash? Or do you want to try to be stealthy about it?
The charge is to help the
Don't
people who
be
come behind
suspicious.
me,
Don't
and there
be
won't be a
suspicious.
second person attacking.
Okay. Fadlim gestures to you like, I could drop down and get the other one while you get that one if you want. Like, he's kind of like, you could tell that he's pointing like, you, that one, me, this one. And he kind of like the thumbs up, thumbs down.
Okay, I didn't know if anybody was gonna come with me. I thought they were going to.
Okay, well, he's volunteering.
But in that case, yes, I will charge so
Okay.
that he gets a +1.
Okay.
And I will also yell at the mage as I fly for his throat. My battle cry of you. This is the end for you.
Okay, nice. Go ahead and do your charge and your hack and slash.
Oh God.
Don't be
Okay. Deal your okay, so deal your damage to the pack mage.
Okay. And then
Nice.
do I
10
need
damage.
to roll the extra?
Okay, so you. Ooh, actually, so the you find out as you go to stab him with the halberd, you come charging at him and you shout, "This is the end for you!" And you strike at him, and you find that he's got some kind of like energy field around him. It doesn't completely deflect the blow. You still like it sort of messes up the angle of your halberd a little bit, but doesn't really fully protect him. So you still like gut him basically, but he's not down. He's like struggling, screaming, like clutching at the halberd sticking out of his chest. Like kind of more gurgling than screaming, I would say. Kind of struggling, gurgling, clutching at the halberd sticking out of his chest. And the
with the exterminus, I get another 2d4, and because I'm on a quest, I get another 1d4.
Nice. Okay, go ahead and do your extra damage. That might make the difference.
Might make the difference.
Oh yeah, you kill him. you kill it. You kill him with your holy power from your quest. How does that work exactly? Like, what does it look like?
You said that I got him in the gut, so I will concentrate like the power of my ancestors through my halberd, and it will start to glow a little bit, and I will just rip it upwards and gut him like a fish.
Awesome. Okay, yeah. So he falls apart and just like falls in messy, horrible pieces on the floor. Phaedlim slithers awkwardly out of the vent, falls on the other one, and just lands on him and like knocks the wind out of him. And then he's on the ground, struggling with the Myrkridia. Like he hits it kind of at a weird angle, so he's not really able to like grapple it properly, but his weight is just like holding it down, and it's trying to like roll over and scratch at him and like slashing at his chainmail. And he's getting like scratches all up his one arm as it gouges at him. And he's like trying to hold it down and maybe also go for its throat with his sword, but he's struggling. Dram, you see this happening from the vent. What are you doing?
Fireball?
Okay, go for it.
I have
Vent
popcorn.
fireball? Greasy fireball. Vent fireball.
That took a long time. I'm surprised.
For what?
His go-to is fireball.
I know.
Okay.
Always has been.
Always will be.
So you throw. I'm gonna say if you throw the fireball, it's gonna hit both Phaedlim and the Myrkridia. Do you want to throw it anyway, or do you want to hold back? Okay.
It doesn't matter. He's gonna do it.
He's gonna. Okay. All right. You blast him. Phaedlim screams as he's like immolated by this thing. And he's like tries to like he sees you and he's like don't and he holds up his hand as the fireball streaks down and he's kind of like covering his face, but he's real badly burned by it. He's kind of how does the person act after getting hit by a fireball? I don't know. He's like kind of just
Drop and roll,
like shrieking. He's not on fire, but he's like shrieking on the ground in pain because he's got burns all over his body. What do you guys? You got a dead pack mage and a dead Myrkridian hunter. You can see.
I fly over and like grab him and like because we're at the water. Can I like shove his face in the water to try to stop it from burning further?
I guess let's call that a defy danger wisdom. I would say you have the strength to do it for sure. The question is, are you gonna do something that helps him or not?
Is it wisdom?
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So you stop his meat from cooking from the heat, which is very important. Kind of first aid for burns. You gotta cool down all of the places that have been burned. Yeah. Okay. How does that work? Do you spend a certain number of hit points, or I don't remember?
It just says when you touch someone skin to skin and pray for their well-being.
Okay. Yeah. So go ahead and do that. Call your ancestors and go ahead and roll your d8. Okay,
Oh, for Christ's sake.
that's enough healing to get him mobile again with help. So he, you close the worst of his burns. Burns are nasty, especially in this area where like they don't really know about infections yet. Like this would have been a wound that would definitely have been fatal eventually if he didn't receive some kind of healing. So you got him like stable now, and he's able to move around a bit, but he's not looking great. But he's like, he's a soldier of the Legion. He's kind of like toughing it out, doing his best. He's like, help me get back up there. He wants to climb back up into the vent.
I help him back up into the vent, but I chew Dran out like the entire time.
Okay.
I just want to let you know I saw bots come into your chat, and I did not get the option to ban them because it didn't allow me to.
Okay, I'll ban it. Thanks.
Because I went into mod view and it doesn't show anything now, and I'm like, are you serious?
Oh, that's weird. Okay, well, he's banned now. Thanks for letting me know.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, so you help him back up to the vent. You're chewing. What do you say to Drem exactly?
Friendly fire does not mean setting your friends on fire. Don't, if you have to go through an ally, then you don't do it.
You want some hemlock? And I pull out some hemlock. Wait, I pull out some. What do I got? I got something.
You pull out your weed.
I pull out my weed and I smoke it. Sorry,
Wait,
bro.
do I still? Oh, I still have bandages. Can I bandage him?
I have one healing potion. Can I give him one healing potion?
You can, yeah.
I give him one healing potion.
Okay, you give him the mandrake root, which is the healing potion. So you administer it to him, and his wounds close up. Yeah, mandrake. Yeah. So you administer it to him. You do the chant and everything, and the blue light glows, and you crush the root, and yeah, exactly. And his wounds close, and he's right as rain now.
Okay, good.
He says, "Wow,
that bro." And I pat him on the back real hard.
No problem," he says.
I shot my shot. You know what I mean?
Just don't do it again.
I don't know what my accent is anymore. Just this guy now.
Just don't do it again unless I've really offended you for some reason.
All right, no problem.
Okay, so you guys killed the pack mage. Moagim is stomping forward into the ritual chamber. And I'm gonna say Jack and Ichabod, you guys see that the force of the dark passes out of the plaza, so like the caverns outside are empty now, so you guys have some freedom to move around. If you want to do anything, you guys want to do something?
Are they is Moadim or whatever inside now?
Yeah, all the creatures are inside the temple now.
All right, time to come in. So.
Okay. So if you want to kind of tail them stealthily, give me Divine Nature Dex.
Sure. I say where there's smoke, you don't expect a fire.
Okay. And so you're very carefully and slowly moving behind them. You kind of do this stuff all the time, probably back home, being a rogue type character. Used to following people around town, seeing what weird shit they get up to. So you easily slink in after them and watch the Myrkridia mill around. Some of them like messing around in the bathing chamber over on this side here. They don't care about whatever violence is going on over there. You see the dead pack mage and the dead Myrkridia as these guys are climbing back up into the vent. Do you want to join them, or are you going to stay on the ground here where you're at?
You're fighting or anything like that?
Not at the moment, no. You heard the blast that you knew was Dram's fireball, just as you were coming in through the main hall here. And you see them, kind of cleaning up, but there's no active fighting right now. But you do hear, you can hear Myrkridia, all down this corridor on the east side here.
All right, that's where I'll follow them there.
Okay. Okay, so you're stalking them down the East Corridor. What about you, Ichabod? It's quiet out here. You're alone.
Run away!
You could run away.
I could.
You're going to.
I will guard the door.
Okay, so you're coming back to the temple exit?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I feel like your dragon should give you a pep talk.
Yeah, I was gonna say that actually. The Finex is glowing brighter and brighter on your arm. He's clearly, very clearly angry with you.
Cannon, or I'll start choking you.
It does not settle down.
Choke me, Daddy.
Okay, so you're in the ritual chamber, Veranza. You see Mogim gets into the chamber and he's looking around. He sees that all the obviously the dead Myrkridia are all over the place, and he's looking and he says to the big one, "Go get the mage and have him raise these." And the big one sends 2 Myrkridia out to go find the mage in the hallway. Mogim goes and starts like rifling through the ritual materials. And Veranza, you're still not in a position to see. Casper can see though. He sees Mogim like packing up the ritual materials, like he's gonna move everything. What does he do?
Right. So he's packing them to move them, not use them.
Right.
Fuck.
Oh, actually, there's one other really important. Sorry, before we, there's one other really important detail that I forgot. Ichabod, as you're going outside to guard the door, you see that there are a handful of what would they? I'm trying to think what he would use. Yeah, I think it's gonna be 2 Myrkridia. There's 2 Myrkridian hunters that are standing like way down the corridor, like 100 feet off, not down the corridor, but outside in the cavern complex. They're like 100 feet off down in the caves, but they're in kind of like a long enough space that you can like see down to where they're at. And they've got a whole bunch of human prisoners with them. Just wanted to throw that out there. Do you want to do anything about that right now? This is for Ichabod.
I tried to be intimidating.
Okay, so what do you try to scare off the Myrkridia that are guarding the prisoners?
Yes.
Okay, what do you do to be intimidating?
Rawr.
I let the ghost dragon punch them.
Nice. Okay. Is that it?
Have action.
I'll say. I mean, you could parlay, or you could treat that as a hack and slash, whatever you prefer.
I'm gonna treat that as a parlay just because it's funny.
Okay. I'll give you +1 because you're hurting them, and there's probably not a whole lot they can do about it. That's still not enough, though. You know what, though? Myrkridia are, when you really boil it down, there's something particular about their nature. They're just like natural cowards. When they see you bust out this huge dragon, and the dragon goes roaring off after them, and they turn around and they just flee out of the cavern, screeching at the top of their lungs, and they like disappear off into the cave somewhere. And you've got all these prisoners. The prisoners are also terrified by the dragon, and they kind of like, they're so like messed up and like devoid of energy that they kind of just like cower in place as opposed to like trying to flee, but they're kind of like starting to scatter a little bit and move away from the dragon. What do you do?
I had not expected that.
Yeah, you now have like 30 human prisoners that look like refugees that were grabbed from little enclaves off of the plains somewhere. And they're all in real bad shape. They're all like starving, and their feet are like busted up and bleeding from walking barefoot. Some of them are like half clothed. They're all dirty, that kind of thing. They look terrible. And they're all bound with like kind of like simple like animal hair or actually human hair cords that have been made to tie them up with.
I guess first option would be to free their hands and able to move.
Okay, you start going through freeing them. They see you like coming up with a sharp implement, and they're kind of freaked out at first, and then they realize that you're there to help them. And there's kind of like they don't really seem thankful. They're just in shock. Really, they just sit quietly and stare and try to like figure out what's happened to them. Anyway, Casper. You have Moagim packing up the materials in the ritual chamber. Did you want to do something about it? Or do you want to alert the party or what?
What? Oof. Oh, here we go. I'm just putting it out like the prey, the animal companion.
Okay.
Right? I want the animal companion to because it's a ghost as well. I wonder if seeing a cat down because I was saying like I would want to be able to maybe ignite one of the ingredients that he's packing up.
Okay.
And I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that.
Why don't you roll its cunning? I think makes the most sense. So roll 2d6 plus 2.
2d6 plus 2?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so it figures out so you're basically, I'm imagining, telling it to like grab two of the ingredients and like throw them together, mix them together, right? Because I think that's the only thing that can really do. So it takes a satchel of something and like pours it on something else and then goes herring off away from it as it starts to like burn. And now give me your Defy Danger wisdom for having set up this booby trap in the first place. Let's see how well it works. And again, you can use your preparation if you want to.
Wisdom. And I get my +1 on that, right?
Yeah, if you want to use the preparation.
Let's try this. I will. That isn't with the +1. I'll add the +1.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so yeah, so you spent a bunch of extra time doing research before you did that, and the research paid off, and you kind of like switched some ingredients out at the last minute. And this thing explodes in his face. So there's this blast that kind of fills a quarter of the room, I'm going to say. And he's like engulfed in smoke, and you lose sight of him for a second. There's like a flash, and everybody all through the temple complex, you guys feel the ground shake, and you could tell that the ritual went off and detonated. What are the folks up in the vents doing at this point?
I think that I would want to get there as quickly as possible, so I probably flew past the other two now that Aileen's okay, and tried to get there in time to come out and use this blast as a cover.
Okay. Okay, so Hilarious, you're charging in. You'll get there in a second. Dram, what are you doing?
Follow him.
Okay.
Support him.
All right, so you're crawling through the vents as quickly as you can, trying to keep up with him. You'll get there a couple of seconds after him because you can't fly and you're not small. But we can fly, but not in the confined space. And then Jack, you're stalking the Myrkridia, and you hear the blast, you hear the trap go off. There's some kind of commotion up ahead. There's still a host of like 30 Myrkridia in between you and Moagim and the party members that are hiding in the ritual chamber. and you see two of them are doubling back, coming down the corridor towards the point where the dead mage is. What do you do?
Hello, sir.
So there's a fight going on in front.
Well, you heard an explosion. You don't know exactly what's going on because you're not psychically linked to the other
Right.
party members.
Well, it's time to go through.
Okay. Go through where?
To the Myrkridia. Work
Okay,
my way
so
up
you're
to the
gonna
front.
attack the ones that are in the corridor here.
Actually, I want them to follow me, so I'm gonna run past them. And I'm
Okay.
gonna hit the main.
Go ahead and do your what is it, free running move? Okay. You take the fastest and most direct path. So you run down the hallway. You go right between this Myrkridia, who are very startled to see you suddenly burst out. And they turn and they like chase after you because that's kind of just what they do. They slash at you, but they're way too slow. And you come running in and you pile into the group of Myrkridia that are in the edge of the ritual chamber here and just start hacking away with Balmung, I'm imagining. Go ahead and yes, Balmung.
Lightning.
Okay,
Thunder.
yeah. Go ahead and deal your damage.
Nice.
Okay, you wound.
Over.
Yeah, you wound, but do not kill two of them. Oh, you got more. What's the other damage?
No, that's resurgent flames.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. You kill three of them with the first blast of lightning from your blade, as it kind of arcs between them, and they just go flying apart in burnt pieces, sort of. And there's this concussive force of thunder that everybody in the temple complex hears. And then
Balmung and my voices combine and say, "I have arrived."
nice.
The wielder of what's this guy's name again?
Balmung.
I have a sword. We have his sword.
Oh, Novalu.
Yeah. Are you missing something? Yeah, I tell to the enemy.
Oh, Moagame you're talking about. Okay.
Moagame, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you taunt.
Is it
You
the right
shout.
guy? He was like invulnerable except we took his sword.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's Moagame. So you shout at Moagame. You've got his attention for sure. Hilarious, you come hurtling out of the air vents into the fray, into the pile of Myrkridia. What do you do? Actually, I'll ask you, do you want to emerge in the pile of Myrkridia, or do you want to go after the Moagame and the Iron Giants directly?
I'll go for Moagame.
Okay. So the Iron Giants are between you and him, so you're going to have to either dodge around them first or fight them. Which do you want to do?
I think I'm going to try to dodge around them.
Okay.
As much as I want to murder those giants, Moagame is more important right now.
Okay, so defy danger dex. Okay. Stumble, hesitate, or flinch. GM off your worst outcome, hard buggered, or ugly choice. I'm gonna say if you dodge, they're defending pretty well. They're slow and lumbering, but they have these huge wide swings and they have clubs that are the size of tree trunks. And they're enormously strong. If you can get through there, but one of them's gonna hit you with a glancing blow as you get past, and it's gonna hurt a lot. Is it worth it?
I'm gonna try anyway.
Okay.
My goodness.
Okay, so you go through. One of them is going to do. I'm going to do half damage. That's half of 15 is 7 damage you're taking minus your armor, as it glances you with just the tip of its mace as you fly through them.
Okay.
And you kind of like you go swinging off, and then you go after Moagame, and you're just charging him with your halberd, right?
Yes.
Are you aiming for any part of his body in particular?
Is he? He's called faceless, but does he have a face? Can I go?
He is, yeah. I mean, he's called faceless because he wears this crazy skull mask with the antlers.
Okay. I'm gonna try to go for an eye socket.
Okay, yeah. So you charge straight at him, and you go for the eye socket with a halberd, and the halberd stops as it strikes the energy field from the Rod of Kaliak, which is still active. And he laughs and he whirls and goes to grab you. What do you do?
I'm surprised, and so my reaction has a hesitation to it, but I try to immediately like fly backwards away from him.
Okay, that's Defy Danger Dex.
I'll try to kick off his shield with my feet to give myself a little boost.
Okay, yeah, roll Defy Danger Dex.
Oh god.
Ooh, he's gonna grab you, and he's holding on to you now. Veranza and Casper, what are you guys doing?
So at this point, I am going to So is the staff with him?
Yes, it's on his belt, and you guys know from previous experience that it itself is protected by the field. You can't remove it from his person.
We can't remove it, but can a ghost remove it?
That's a great question. I'll allow him to attempt it with a wisdom check and a constitution check. How's that sound?
Okay.
If he passes both with a 10 or higher, because it's extremely powerful ancient artifact that's charged up. It's very difficult. Okay, you got one.
For the love of God, love me.
Oh god. Does Casper want to use his preparation?
Yes, Casper wants to use his preparation.
Okay, so what did Casper, what did you do to prepare mentally during the time that the party was getting ready for this ambush? Like, how does he force his way through the field?
So he has basically been like, I don't want to, like, the word that comes to my head right now, because I don't know words off the top of my head right now, is fermenting.
Okay.
Does that make, it's like he's been ruminating or something about the Dark Lords, for ever since that he got into hell. And it's his idea of like, I am going to do anything to destroy the people that destroyed my family.
Okay, so he pits his willpower against this field every single way and avenue that he can think of, and something gives, and somehow it's not like he can't physically get through the field, but somehow like some part of his spirit reaches out and grabs hold of the rod and pulls it free of his belt. Mogame notices this immediately, and he's gonna throw you, Hilaris, at a wall. You can roll Defy Danger Dex if you want to try to like maneuver to mitigate the damage, or you can do like a con if you just want to absorb it.
That's
a failure. Okay, he's gonna deal his damage. Let's see. Okay, that's a 9 plus 6 is 15. What's that?
Were we at full health when we started this?
Yes. Yes, you're all at full health. Sorry if I didn't say that before.
Things.
Okay. Yeah, so Mike, adjust that accordingly. So you're going to take 9 plus 6 is 15 damage minus your armor as he smashes you into a wall with superhuman strength. And then he is going to grab at Casper. Veranza, what are you doing?
At this point, I have. Let's see here.
They weren't able to hear me, right? Or they were?
He heard you, but somebody stole the rod off of his belt, so he's ignoring you because of that.
Oh, that's pretty important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had one where they focus on me, but really, you one-up me.
Yeah.
Sorry. To say thank you, Casper. Okay. So I'm shifting. I have shifted into my chimera, which is Teostra, with
Okay.
the ape arms and the scorpion tail.
Okay.
That's usually my chimera.
Okay.
And
As soon as you start to get big and transform and like appear in the room visibly, one of the Trow Iron Giants starts lumbering towards you, raising its club. What do you do?
I guess it's going to be a Defy Danger Wisdom. I'm going to attempt to basically stop it.
Okay.
Like grab it with the monkey arms, the ape arms.
Okay.
And
I will say this: the Trow are going to be much stronger than your Chimera form. You're not going to be able to stop it with brute strength, but you can like deflect it using your arms. Okay.
So that's the Defy Danger.
Yeah. So go do your Defy Danger Wisdom for that. Okay. So you deflect its blow, and you see that it, like you kind of just shift it aside just slightly and let its momentum carry it, and it slams into the wall so hard that it makes like the floor and all the walls shake, and like chips of stone come down from the ceiling, and there's a dent the size of your entire body in this stone wall.
Nice.
As it misses you. They have a D10 plus 7 damage. Yeah, so it does this huge smash, and it makes this big hole. You've got an opening if you want to hit it or do something else. What do you want to do?
I am going to hack and slash.
Okay.
And I am going to are the Trell immune to anything?
You can spout lore if you want to try to retroactively figure that out.
All right.
Okay. Something useful and interesting. They don't. They're immune to paralysis. They generally, like, any small like incidental blows won't hurt them. They have very tough, thick armor. And they have a ton of hit points. Basically, they take a long time to kill. When they get close to dying, they turn into stone statues, and they cease to move within their armor. Their biggest weakness is that they're slow.
Okay. Okay, I have an idea.
Okay. Oh, I will say their armor is effective against incorporeal attacks as well as corporeal attacks because it is cold iron.
You're gonna have to explain that a little bit more in depth for me. What is corporeal?
I'm just like I was saying, like he doesn't. Normally, I wave the armor for like energy damage, like Dram's flames, or like maybe your ghost arrows. But this wouldn't. Those things wouldn't bypass the armor.
Okay, got it. What I want to do, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it, is, like, he already like fell, and he made the dent into the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to use one of my holds, and then I'm gonna have to re-chimera to and I think it's going to have to be one of those parlays with the animals, but I want to keep him, like, my whole thing is like Poison Ivy. Like, Poison Ivy can talk to the plants and she can kind of up and like gather around. Like, I want to do something like that, but with like my
fungus.
Well, what are you talking to is a question. The Trower are sentient, intelligent humanoids. They're not. They're fairly unintelligent, but they're not like animals.
No, but like I would like to. Did you say mushrooms?
There are mushrooms around, not in the temple complex though.
No. Okay.
Yeah, if you wanted to go find like a violet fungus, like an animate mushroom, you could go out in the caverns and do that, but it's going to take a couple minutes to get it here,
Yeah.
which is a real long time in this kind of melee. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Good time. I'll see you next session.
Have a good one.
Jack
Thanks, Jack.
pulls off the rear end of the thing and
Yeah, I'm going to just assume you're killing 2 or 3 Myrkridia around.
here.
Yeah.
And if they really need me in there, then I'll jump through the dudes to get to them
Okay.
at the dramatic moment. All right, guys. See
Thanks.
you next week.
Yeah. Actually, okay. I'm going to be using my spirit tongue, and I'm going to ask a creature that is immune to the poison of the fungus to find one for me.
Okay. So you're sending an animal.
Basically, I'm sending a. Actually, I'm having Narga go because
Okay.
Narga, yeah, and basically what we're telling him is like, we need this to stop that.
Okay, so Narga's going to go out and find a violet fungus and try to lure it here.
At
That's
that
going to take some
point-
time.
That's fine, but he has fallen. I have an opening, but my opening is actually going to be to help Casper destroy the rod.
Okay. How do you destroy the rod?
So I basically use the strength from the ape arms and the chimera itself, and as we get it past the force field, right?
Mhm.
Because he's like, right, he just got it past the force field. I literally take my ape hands and crush it, and it just
Okay.
splinters and shatters.
All right, I'm going to put this to Hilaris because you're the Kaliak. Is this enough to destroy an ancient Kaliak artifact? Not just this artifact, but any Kaliak artifact, like the runestones, for example.
Hmm.
This is going to be a decision that's going to affect you guys in the future, so think carefully.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know.
Okay, good
My-
night, guys. I have to hit it as well. Cheers,
All right,
everybody.
good game.
It was great. It was great. It was great being in a session again after
Yeah, welcome back.
all this time.
I'll come back. Yeah.
Thank you.
Now
Cheers, all.
remember. Now, are you saying that like me in my chimera form as like this ridiculously building sized?
Yeah, so I'm imagining in D&D terms, you got something like 22 to 26 strength, somewhere in that range,
Right.
in chimera form. So you're big, you're huge, you can crush this thing. But, if you can crush it with your hands, so could, like, one of the Fallen Lords or Trow, for example. Can they do that? Or are the Kaliak artifacts stronger than that?
I would say that it's probably stronger than that, especially this one,
Okay.
because it has a shield protecting it as well as the person holding it.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So what's it going to take to destroy
Yeah.
this thing?
Oh, you put me on the spot.
In the game, they used a whole bunch of explosives, and I think also magic.
Yeah, I think it's
Thor-
going to take something magic to destroy it. I feel like it
With
was
the
probably
poison-
made with magic and therefore requires magic to be destroyed.
Okay, cool.
I'm trying to figure out that, like, because I really don't have like a magic attack.
Okay,
Just the magic that I have is like elemental mastery.
okay. So I'm going to say while you try to figure this out, Casper and maybe Hilaris, depending on whether Hilaris. You have elemental mastery. Oh, okay. I didn't know you had that. What do you got here?
Yes. So my element is fire.
Okay.
That's what it's always been.
Right. Yeah.
So as I am like gripping it and like it's slightly going, I'm going to basically call on the spirits of fire to burrow into the like microscopic things what the rod is in, because nothing is fully touching each other with atoms
Okay.
and everything like that, right? And it basically that the spirits, the fire spirits will go in and try to like magically explode it from the inside.
Okay. Yeah, so the fire spirits enter it, and I'm gonna say that's enough to destroy it with a 13. And so it gets disintegrated basically by elemental flames shooting out. And the force of the flame is gonna potentially
Yeah.
affect everyone in the room. I'm gonna give Jaram or Jack a chance to try to bend the flame next time. So we're gonna wrap up there, and we'll see what
Okay.
happens after that. Let's do the
Yeah,
end of
like-
session move.
Yeah. I completely forgot that, like, because I was so in my brain about Casper today, I was like, what the hell can I do?
Yeah. Good call. All right. Okay. Has anybody resolved their bond?
Unfortunately, Hilaris is still being stupid. So no, and then Ichabod is always in great danger. That follows him because it seems like every time we go somewhere, so it's still there.
I
Like
will say
would like to-
he hasn't been in danger the entire session so far.
I have been doing my job properly then.
Yeah. He hasn't been in danger, but the great danger follows him.
Okay.
So it seems like every time we go somewhere new, the danger still follows him.
Okay. What specific danger is following him? I'm just out of curiosity.
This was coming from the I had the dream after they had like his vision of the great danger linked to me, and we're trying to figure out what that full danger is.
Okay. Was there any more detail than that? I don't remember.
No, it was
Okay.
literally that.
Okay, so we'll have to figure out what that is in the future. Okay. Any other bonds got resolved? Has anybody fulfilled their alignment? Go ahead. Sorry.
I feel like Dram and I like had a moment. I respect his beliefs, but hope that someday he sees the true way. So like I respect his commitment to killing the enemy, but for fuck's sake, make sure there's not a friend in the way.
Okay. I think that makes sense to resolve the bond, but check with post in the chat and check with Ahmed and see if he agrees. If he does, then you can
Okay.
change it and mark XP. Has anybody fulfill their alignment or drive?
I definitely endangered myself to protect people.
Oh yeah, for sure. So mark an XP for that.
I did not help something. Well, no, I haven't grown the mushrooms yet, so no.
Okay. It doesn't have to be literal growth. It can also be like spiritual or, developmental
know.
growth. Okay.
There has been none because I have given up on trying to be the voice of reason of this group. Because apparently being a voice of reason is the wrong path at this point.
All right. Did we answer? Okay. Did we learn something new and important about the world this session?
That it wasn't being performed there.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
being
Mark.
performed somewhere else.
Okay. So everybody mark an experience point for that.
Also,
I think
why
we also
the hell?
learned how to destroy a Kaliak.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yeah. Let's give another experience point for that.
Yeah, I was just going to basically say, why are there 40 to 50 refugees?
Oh, didn't we
That's an
say before that it required sacrifice?
Yeah.
Sugars.
Yeah. There are human sacrifices for the ritual.
Okay, yeah, we're going to get rid of them. Like, away.
The way you said that is like, yeah, we're gonna murder all of them.
We're just going to, and that's why I said away.
Yeah.
And because I was talking about this with a couple of my friends from Marbles on Stream. And I'm like, my brain subconsciously tells my mouth what to say, and sometimes it's not exactly what I want to say. And it's the wrong thing to say. So I have to stop.
Made sense to me. Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy?
We killed the mage.
Yeah, I would say that the combination of killing the mage and stealing the rod, destroying the rod probably counts. So we would mark an experience point for that. And did we loot a memorable treasure?
I destroyed a memorable treasure.
Yeah, I don't think that counts.
Damn it! Supposed to.
All right, that's it for tonight. Thanks, guys. Good game.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that's going to be it for tonight. We're going to wrap up the stream there. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to follow if you're watching on Twitch, or subscribe. It's free if you're watching on YouTube. Have a good evening, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Take care, folks.